This was my biggest month right here. March was the craziest month I had. Almost made $900 in March, which the drop tops are only got like 120,000 miles around there. So I'm gonna take you guys on a ride. As you guys can see, man, it's a hard top. So I'm gonna show you guys the drop. I'm gonna show you guys the drop and everything because it's a hard top. Yeah, man, this car is smooth. Yeah, man, it's that 200S, bro, 200S. I'm gonna show you guys the inside. This car is smooth. Even the seats are smooth. Look how smooth the seats are, though. Yeah. I'm gonna show you guys from the outside. Gotta get this cleaned up more.
Damn, Bobby.
But yeah, you guys can see, man. It's a hard top. It's a beautiful ride, man. Beautiful ride. For only $3,800. But yeah, man. So drop top 2013. And this is actually like the last year to list a car that's in 2013. Because once you get to 2026, you can't list any car that's older than 12 years. And alright guys, so in 2 to 5 days, I'm supposed to get the payout for my total loss for my Chrysler 200. I'm not really sure if this is a W or an L. So comment down below if y'all think it's a W or an L, but I'm gonna share with you guys how I got the car and how much I was making and everything like that. So I got this car last year and I actually got it for a really good deal. I got it for $3,800 and it was a drop top. It was a hard top. And yeah, so it was a Chrysler 200S. And I definitely didn't see myself getting this opportunity again, like getting that car for that price. So that's why I sometimes think that it was an L, but I ended up being very profitable with that car. So I'm gonna share with you guys how much I paid to like get everything fixed up, and like how much money I spent and how much money I ended up making. So I paid $3,800 to buy the Chrysler 200S, and at the time when I was buying it, I had a feeling there was going to be something wrong with the car, just because of the fact that I was getting it very cheap and for a very good deal. 9 times out of 10, when you're getting a car for a very good deal, there's something wrong with it. So I got the car from OfferUp, and at that time I was looking for cars to add to my fleet on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, and I ended up finding this car on OfferUp. And at the time when I was trying to buy the car, I haven't had the money ready, but I was just like not sure about buying it because the car was listed for like $4,500, now $4,800, so close to $5K. But it was something that I was trying to invest into, so I was like, oh man, this car looks good, you feel me? It was the drop top, and yeah, so, and it only had like 96K miles. So that's why I was thinking like there's something wrong with this car, bro, because there ain't no way. This car is a 2013 Chrysler 200, a hard top, and it only has 96K miles. There has to be something wrong with it. So that's what I was thinking, right? And then the dude messaged me back. He's like, if you buy it tomorrow, the next day, I can give it to you for $3,800, bro. Like, although I had a feeling there was something wrong with the car, I jumped on that deal, bro, because I was just like, oh, if there's something wrong with it, I'm willing to invest and get everything fixed up. So met with the dude the next day. After I like test drove it, it was actually driving pretty good, and then tested the top, it went down and everything was good. So I was like, bet. Went to the bank, got the money, and then he got the title and everything like that, and then bam, I took off with the car, and I drove it to a different city because I live in a different city. So I drove it to a different city, That's like about 2 hours away. And when I got home, I think that check engine light came on. I'm not sure if it was like the next day or when I got home, but somewhere in between there, like the next day or the same day, the check engine light came on, and I was like, oh. And then, so I took it to my mechanic to see what's wrong with it and everything like that. And so the car did have like a little bit of like a transmission issue, but I don't think it needed a whole new transmission, but it just needed like, I'm not really sure how transmissions work. I wasn't really even sure how transmission works back then, but my mechanic was telling me that he needed some transmission parts, this and that. So to get everything fixed up on the car, even like I think the seats, like they weren't like going back and forth, and then there was a clicking noise on the front, like towards the front dashboard. To get everything fixed up, I paid like $3K. So $3,800 to buy it, another $3K to fix it. So that was a total of $6,800. All right, so once I got everything fixed up for $3K, got the car. The car was running very good. I listed it on Turo, and everything was good, bro. I was making at least $500 to $700 a month. And I'm not sure what my highest month was, but I think my highest month was probably like $800 in one single month. So this car immediately became like my second profitable car, because after I got everything fixed up, I didn't have no issues for like a while. And then after like, I think December, the AC had like just stopped blowing. And so took it back to my mechanic, got that fixed up for another $500. So I'm gonna do the total for that. And in this video, I'm really just showing y'all how much money I spent on the car, how much I spent to fix it, and how much I made, like if I was profitable or not. And when it comes to like oil change and like just regular maintenance, I'm not gonna really add that in this video. I'm really just adding the big expenses. Even my insurance was very cheap. My insurance, I had liability, and it was only like $70 a month, which if you have a car, you're gonna pay that regardless. So I'm not really like counting that, but yeah. So my insurance was cheap, and oil change wasn't too bad. I really just used my Turo profits to take care of that. Like I was making $500 to $700 a month on this car, so minus like $140 a month, about $140 a month. Just estimating about minus $140 a month for the insurance and maintenance, which still nets me about like $500 of profit. Especially those months where I was making like $600-700, I would still be netting like $450 to $500 of profit. I had no car payment, so after I did an oil change and I had no other issues for like a couple months, really that was just like straight profit. But I can't even say that I was making profit, because basically I was just making my money back for fixing the car. So around like January, February, that's when I actually made all my money back for fixing the car, about $3K. So yeah, I'm gonna go over that. I don't really remember the numbers on top of my head, but yeah, I'm gonna open up my computer and show y'all everything. One more expense that I remember making on this car, which was like my last expense, and then I had no car issues for like a couple months until my car finally, the transmission finally got damaged, and then I had to file a claim, and then it came out to be a total loss. So that last expense that I made was like $300. It was a rim damage, and yeah, so I had two choices to make, which was to repair the rim, which was gonna cost me like $120, or there's a place in my city where you can go and you can get like different used parts from cars from like the junkyard and stuff like that. So I went to that place, and they were able to find me a used rim from a same Chrysler. I'm not sure if it was the same exact Chrysler, but it was like the same exact rim that I had. And so it was like 140. So I ended up paying about 140 for the rim. Oh, it was a used rim. Got that shipped. And then I also got new tires. So I ended up spending like a total of like 320 bucks. And this 1 month, I actually did not have my car on Turo for that long, because I had just like was very slow with the whole process of, you know what I'm saying, doing that. And I should have just, you know what I'm saying, got it done quick, so I could have ended up making a lot more money on that month. But like, I think that was like, yeah, that was like the lowest earnings month that I ever had with that car. But besides that, every other month was pretty decent, pretty good. And overall, that car was about to be a very profitable car. And yeah, just around the time where I have made like all the money from buying the car and all the money from fixing the car. So I like was about to, like, break even, right? Break even, and like about to start going into profit for real, is around the same time my car got wrecked. I mean, my transmission got wrecked, and then, you know what I'm saying, then I got paid out for the damage claim, which is almost near the same amount that I paid for fixing the car and buying the car, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys the numbers on how much I was making every month, and then so how much I made last year, total I made last year, and the total I made this year, and the total I made from both years. And then, you know what I'm saying, add those two together, and how much the total I made from the car, and then minus all the expenses that I made, you feel me? The like I was saying, the big expenses, not including oil change or my liability insurance was only like 70 bucks. I could low-key include that, because it probably add up to like, I think like 600 to 700. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for y'all. I'm gonna subtract the liability insurance. And yeah, so with the oil change, bro, I'm not adding that, you feel me? Because that's nothing. Like 60 bucks every 3 to 4 months. That's not bad. And I've only had this car for about 9 months, so that's not too bad. So I'm not gonna really add that, but I'll do the liability insurance, which was 70 bucks a month, and then subtract that from my expenses. But yeah, going forward, I do gotta do much better on keeping up with my expenses and things like that, because I didn't really do that like with my business. Like, I was just like, you know what I'm saying, just going about it, and really I was keeping track of the big expenses though, so I can get tax write-offs. And going on to next year, I'm really gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, and I kept all the receipts as well, so everything that was wrong with my car, I could see on the receipts everything I got fixed. And that I do that because, like, I'm like, okay, since this got fixed, let me find out what that is and try to learn more about cars. Because in the future, hopefully, man, one day I can start working on my own cars, fixing my own cars, and start saving lots of money, and just, you know what I'm saying, be my own mechanic, you feel me? But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys all the numbers right now. All right, y'all, so I added up all the expenses. Came out to $4,380. Damn, that's a lot, you feel me? But, and then plus buying the car was $3,800. So that was a total of $8,180. And Turo gave me a total of $7,363. So I'm gonna see how much I made, my total from last year, and then add it to my total from this year, and then we'll see how much I made, and then subtract that from the buying the car and all my expenses. So we're gonna subtract $8,180 and see what we're left over with, which is gonna be a negative, you feel me? But with the Turo money that I'm getting from Turo, that's gonna be all profit. But yeah, so this car, I was barely gonna start going into profit. Like, I needed like maybe 1 or 2 more months, and then I was gonna start making profit, straight profit, and then be able to sell that car for, I was gonna also sell that car for $5K, because the car only had like 122K miles, at the time where the transmission got damaged. But yeah, so let me show you guys how much I was earning every month and how much I made last year and this year. All right, y'all, so I got this car listed towards the end of August of 2024 and made a total of $181 because this was like the last week of August. And then next month, my car was on Turo for a full month, made $553. And then October made $718. And then November made $641. And then December made $559. And then I had missed earnings of $93 because I had to get my AC fixed up. And so in 2024, made a total of $2,652. So now let's see how much I made in 2025. All right, so this is my earnings for 2025. All right, so January made $656 and had a missed earnings of $175, and then February earned $561, and then March. Oh yeah, this was my biggest month right here. March was the craziest month I had. Almost made $900 in March, which the drop tops are very, very popular during springtime, so it went crazy. And then April, this is when I had to get my the new rim. Yeah, so I had to get the rim replaced and also get the tire, and it was my lowest earning month, and I only made $147. And then May, my car was back on tour for a full month and made $800. And then June made $725. And then July made $649. And then August, this was the last month that my car was on Turo, which the transmission got damaged August 22nd. And I had a bunch of bookings that I had to cancel, so I would have definitely finished out the year almost at like 7K, I would say, bro. Like, this car was going crazy, and yeah, bro, I was gonna make a lot of money from this car. And yeah, so I also don't think I'm gonna get another opportunity like that to buy a drop top for $3,800. But yeah, that's why I'm be thinking that this is an L. And so the year of 2025, I made a total of $4,902. All right, guys, so I did all the numbers, and I'm gonna share with you guys how much I was able to be, how much I walked away with, and how much I profited from that Chrysler 200. So 2024, I earned a total of $2,652, and 2025 earned a total of $4,902. So that was a total of $7,554 for those two, two earnings. So minus the $8,180 for the buying the car and all the expenses. So that was so I came out negative $626. So I was actually in the negatives with this car of $626. So only one more month, bro, I would have been started making profits from this car. And then so it got totaled, and then Turo had paid me a total of $7,360. So minus the $626 that was negative. So I walked away with $6,734 of profit, which is not too bad. So yeah, do you guys consider this a win or an L? Comment down below. Yeah, so the only thing is that, like, bro, like, I'm probably not gonna get a chance to get a drop top for that price again. Like I was saying, that was like a big opportunity. And not only that, that was a 2013, which means that after like this year, I would not be able to list this car. You feel me? So this was like the last year to get a car that's 2013 listed on Turo, because you can't list a car that's older than 12 years. So once we get into 2026, you can only list a car that's 2014 and up. You feel me? But yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, comment down below, is this a win or an L? Yeah, so I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.